Welcome, class, and there will be two topics of discussion that I would like to take given this prompt that we are given for this assignment. The first will be over the difficulties of youth within the criminal justice system, and the second will be going over the American Civil Liberties Union, their goals, who they're funded by, and two tidbits regarding positive and negative outcomes given their goals. The first I would like to discuss within this topic is the difficulties of juveniles within the criminal justice system, even those of the minority. The first I would like to talk about, as it is an overarching theme regarding these juveniles of minority youth, is that many people would point towards that of the facilities that they are attached to, the detention facilities, as those are usually what people point the finger at in terms of what is at fault. However, it has been proven, and according to Shabnam Javdani, that it is that of the system itself, the system that is outside of the detention facilities but also affects it. A few things that are affected due to this is that children who are usually incarcerated within detention facilities before their adjudication hearings and other systems moving forward, exposure to the criminal justice system can have varying levels of reactions, varying from misunderstandings to hostility and so forth. In general, exposure to the system as a whole can create things or situations in which that the children can go back to a criminal behavior. Additionally, incarcerated children have been shown to have less chances of employment when properly rehabilitated and let out into society, or chances of having a better education. Within this aspect as well, there is also a level and a noted amount of maltreatment/abuse. 29 states have recorded cases in which there are rising amounts of children that are being maltreated in detention facilities. Some states of note being Florida, New Hampshire, and Texas. Additionally, it has also been noted by Shamnam Javdani that girls have been notably affected due to this. Girls within the juvenile detention system have been noted to have less security and less privacy. That means open doors no matter where they go within their facilities, whether trying to just live or what have you. This creates further potential of criminal behavior moving forward, or even more possibly, maltreatment from security guards to the juveniles, and therefore creating trauma. Additionally, Shanam Javdani has actually directly stated the most undeserved youth are also the least likely of being effectively treated while in juvenile custody. And given our prior talking points, we can actually understand why, since the system itself creates this fault within treatment of children within the rehabilitation state of mind. Moving forward, we will now be going over the American Civil Liberty Union, with their goal being that they work within courts, legislatures, and communities in order to safeguard people and their civil liberties from that of the government's abuse and overreach. It has been noted that they are committed to challenging the criminalization of minority youth, particularly from disenfranchised communities, and give them positive approaches to school, government, and law enforcement. And on one hand, given our prior talking points, this actually makes sense, since they have been advocates in re examining cases in which minority youth have been falsely prosecuted or their civil liberties have been simply ignored. There are plenty of cases, especially within a young black child last year over in Virginia who had to have his case re-examined on the part due to ACLU. Additionally, there are notable parts where this entire union is not government based and is therefore publicly funded. Due to the discretion of donors, we do not have any exact names, but we can at least educated guess say that it is funded by not just organizations, but celebrities, families, people, and they have a reported grossing earnings of $50 million over the course year in a document published on their own website. In terms of tidbits that there have been both a positive and a negative outcome, a black student that was accused of sexual assault has actually been come to be innocent due to the part of the ACLU bringing forth that his civil liberties were not properly exercised. And additionally, there are some bad points. People that could say that the ACLU is rather hypocritical. An organization known as FIRE, as of 2 years ago by now, was noted to act very similarly to the ACLU and arguably rather more impartial due to the ACLU's motivations against focusing that on minorities and that of certain religions. What is notable is additionally they actually took part in certain campaigns to smear FIRE, as there will be an attached article proving so down below. Additionally, they have also expressed the free exercise of religion and practicing it. However, there have been cases in which they really advocate for education and religion to be very separated, as such a case in last year where they have advocated against the establishment of a charter religious school to be built within the East Coast. They have heavily advocated for this and have stopped other efforts in the past, notably, which some people could say is rather hypocritical, but to the same extent, some could also argue that they wish to separate that of religion from state. However, some also argue that this entire state was, or our entire government as a whole, was made from a centralized religion. How much they wish to advocate against it or against religion as a whole have people contend that they are also hypocritical, depending on which religion of focus. I think having said that, everything that I say is up to interpretation. There is always two sides to an argument. Our system could use a lot of tuning up and improvements, but I think we are going within the right state of mind we are going with rehabilitation rather than punishment moving forward. It's just that progress there within is going rather slow, and that's why we have to continue pointing out these faults within our system, especially to minority youth. The ACLU is a good organization that at least helps protect the civil liberties of these children, at least hoping to call out these issues even further within a grander scale. Having said that, I am but a student and I am willing to be corrected and I am willing to learn more. So I hope to learn more with along the teachers and students here, and I wish to see more from the future. Have a good rest of your night.